Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Let's get started with another weekly outlook for Nifty. So on a monthly time frame, what we can see that there is a back-to-back three red candles, and here each candle represent a month because we are on the monthly chart. So definitely it's more of a lower high lower low structure again on the monthly on a candle to candle basis. So just let's go and check what has happened in the past when there were three down red months. So the recent past was here, and post that there was an up move, which is opposite candle, clearly opposite candle we have seen. Again, let's go and check this particular, which was a COVID period, three red candles followed by a sharp up move, which is a reversal. Three red candles, again a green, three red candles, again a reversal. So this is what usually we have seen after three red candles on a monthly time frame. So usually we expect some sort of a green or a reversal from either sideways and then reversal, or a reversal is what we have seen in the past. So definitely on a monthly time frame, we are basically closing at this particular juncture after a long time. Maybe September 2022 is when we had closed at this particular juncture, and now after good 4 months is again we are back to where we left in the month of September. So clearly we can see there is a lot of resistance at this particular juncture, and Nifty actually formed a bearish engulfing right at the resistance. Yeah, this one. So now let's go and check on the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame again, nothing gung-ho about this particular thing, making lower highs, lower lows on a shorter time frame. That particular lower highs and lower lows is very evident in the daily more than weekly, because in weekly again this particular pivot is left. But on the weekly time frame, this particular level is important, which is 17,100, because here what had happened consecutively, if you see, bears tried to push the prices below 17,100, but every time bulls tried to ensure that on the closing basis this 17,100 was held on. So this here the lower wicks, huge lower wicks, indicates that only that bulls rushed in and tried to lift the prices up. Now let's go and check on the daily time frame. Daily time frame has an interesting story. Again a fake breakout and all those things, but I'll just now adjust my trend line here, and definitely this particular low is important, which is basically a budget low, which is 17,350. But then more importantly, as I mentioned, 17,100 would be a level to watch out for. Now let's do a very small analysis of how many red candles, back-to-back red candles, Nifty has formed. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So basically 7 back-to-back red candles on Nifty. Now let's go and check when that kind of thing has happened in the past, and what has happened post that, which is post back-to-back 7 red candles on daily. This is again just a 3 candle. You can actually go and check, and just to save everyone's time, I know I have checked that out. So it's basically in the month of February 2020 when we have seen back-to-back 7 candles, 7 red candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 7 red candles in a row. Thereafter we saw one green candle. Now this is an up move, down move, doesn't matter. This is just one red candle, then some sort of a consolidation, and then a follow through on the downside. But let's remember one thing, this particular time was more of a when there was a COVID. This was a COVID era. Then in the month of February 24, 2022, we saw a Putin war. Again, in that juncture, we never saw this kind of a thing. I'll just show you that as well. February 2022, 24th February. So see, here there were no 7 red candles or anything of that sort. And now after roughly around more than 2 years, now we are again seeing this particular 7 red candles. Now interesting thing to note is in the month of February 2020, back in during the COVID era, the India VIX was quite high, but now we are seeing the India VIX around 14.2 or something. And then we are not as in we are not seeing something very fearful or any significant downside kind of a risk. However, we have seen this 7 red candles back to back, and this Adani news was in this particular juncture, and thereafter there was this 1st February budget day, and then again things have started to slowly move on the downside now. I would not say slowly, I would use swiftly on the downside. So as per this analysis, as well as per our monthly analysis, it's high time that we see some green candle, right? So basis that also, because we need to understand there is something called as mean reversion. Mean reversion concept is basically prices have to come back to their means, right? So an overextension on either side, either may it be like on the upside or on the lower side, prices have to again come back to the mean. So from that perspective also, we will see prices needs to bounce a little. It's basically try to understand this like a more of a rubber band concept. When you try to expand a rubber band and then leave it, it again comes back to its original place. That's what mean reversion is also. So prices cannot remain overextended for a longer time on either sides, and they have to come back to the mean. So from that perspective also, we are expecting some sort of a bounce again, as I showed you, both on monthly as well as on the daily time frame. So 17,350 remains a very important level to be noticed for this particular expiry, this weekly expiry. And let's see if Nifty tries to give some sort of a green candle, which I'm expecting. See, this particular week could be more of an strangle week. However, the important thing to be noticed here in this thing is like we are expecting some sort of a small bounce. The reason again here, the big hand started selling around 18,000 levels. Now that guy will definitely not sell around 17,350 like without any bounce, right? Because for him, selling at this particular juncture will have less risk reward, rather than if prices try to bounce here and then if he tries to sell, then he'll get a better risk reward rather than from selling here. So obviously from that perspective also, some sort of a bounce is imminent in this market. Now what remains to be seen is whether prices take a bounce and then again cracks from here after taking some sort of a support, or prices go back here, then take some sort of a support, consolidates, try to move up, again consolidates and tries to break this particular trend line. That of course we will see in the upcoming weeks also how this particular week shapes up, but for now this particular week is more of a sideways consolidation with some sort of a bounce is what we are expecting. Now let's go and check on the hourly time frame. Hourly time frame, of course, this particular pivot remains very important, which is 17,600, and post that there are multiple levels like 17,700 and all those levels. On the downside, this particular low, which is our Friday low, is important, and post that this one is the budget low. I'm just changing the color, which is 17,353. So yeah, this is what more or less the levels look like for this particular expiry. As I said, it is a sideways. I'm expecting more of a sideways, because whenever what we have usually seen, whenever there is a range expansion, it is usually followed by some sort of contraction. So here the range has expanded on the downside, then some sort of a contraction, and then there is either we will see a follow through or a reversal from here. So these are the only two possibilities, but before that this particular consolidation has to take place. So from that perspective also, I'm expecting a consolidation, but as I said, expecting a small bounce also. So that's about it. 15 minutes again for, yeah, it's the same thing, 15 minutes also. This particular zone, which is 17,600 to 17,625, remains to be is a immediate resistance, and we will see whether in this particular week Nifty is able to take that out. And on the downside, 17,350 is the important low, which is basically a budget low. And that's about it. So I'll post these charts on my Twitter handle. You can check those levels from there, and please do share your feedback on our videos. Until then, bye bye.